computer. So now can everyone see the document I shared? So
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Amit
Yes, sir.
Bajaj is here. So let me welcome Dr. Amit Bajaj. Good morning.
Hello, everybody. Namaskar.
नमस्ते सर,
Okay.
नमस्ते।
Namaste.
So I've just shared a document about journaling, and I'm sharing some prompts about journaling. So let me share this document because sometimes what happens that, for example, it happens to me. I've been journaling for many years, but quite often what happens that it falls in a routine. एक आदत सी पड़ जाती है कि जर्नल खोला और पिछले 4 दिन में जो हुआ था वही लिखना शुरू कर दिया। तो अन्य शब्दों में journaling becomes a kind of just a record of what happened yesterday or what happened in the previous week. पिछले हफ्ते किसका फोन आया, मैं खाने कहाँ गया, मैंने क्या किया, बस यही सब उसमें जो शामिल हो जाता है। तो कई बार journaling becomes a meaningless dead habit that you simply record what happened on the previous day or in the previous week. तो वैसा ना बने, इसके लिए कुछ प्रॉम्प्ट लोगों ने, साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने डेवलप किए हुए हैं कि ये प्रॉम्प्ट जो है वो हमें थोड़ा सा स्टिमुलेशन देते हैं कि राइट अबाउट दिस, राइट अबाउट दैट, नॉट ए होल पेज बट मे बी जस्ट 4 5 7 लाइन्स। तो ये प्रॉम्प्ट जो है मैं इसको शेयर करता हूँ, देन एवरीबडी कैन सी द प्रॉम्प्ट, दैट वुड बी रियल। गूगल क्रोम एप्लीकेशन विंडोज, let me open this page so that we can know what we are talking about. Is everybody on the same page with me?
Yes, sir. See, sir.
So now can everyone see this page?
Yes,
Gajen,
yes, sir. See.
ठीक है। Gajendra, can you read the first prompt?
Yeah, sure. 1 minute. Mm. Yeah, gratitude reflection.
हाँ,
What
उसके
are
आगे
3 things I am grateful for today and why?
read the second one.
Okay. Okay. Inner landscape. What emotions am I feeling right now and what might be causing them?
बिल्कुल ठीक है। अच्छा, इसके ऊपर ये क्या लिखा हुआ है?
Yeah.
Put these prompts, this should be put
Yeah.
these.
Fourth is prompts as the paper
हाँ,
slip in a box. Randomly pick
yes,
one and start
हाँ,
writing for 20 minutes.
यस। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि कई बार अगर आपके पास एक आइडिया हो कि मैं इसके बारे में लिखने जा रहा हूं, तो जर्नल राइटिंग बिकम्स सिग्निफिकेंट, बिकम्स मीनिंगफुल। अदरवाइज इट बिकम्स ए डेड हैबिट दैट यू सिंपली मैकेनिकली ओपन योर जर्नल एंड यू जस्ट राइट व्हाट हैपेंड यस्टरडे, कि कल फलाने का फोन आया, कल वो मैं खाने के लिए वहां गया, कल मैंने मार्केट में ये किया, बस। लेकिन लेकिन इसमें और गहराई आ सकती है अगर आप प्रॉम्प्ट यूज करें। तो इस प्रॉम्प्ट को यूज करने का तरीका यहाँ पे दिया है नंबर 2 लाइन में। कैन विद्या रीड दिस लाइन? पुट दिस प्रॉम्प्ट एज ए पेपर स्लिप इन ए बॉक्स। हु वांट्स टू रीड दिस?
Put
आप।
these prompts as a paper slip in a box,
हाँ,
randomly pick one and start writing for 20 minutes.
yes. So for example, on this page there are 20 prompts. You can have even more than this, but for the time being I'm giving you these 20 prompts. You can each prompt you can write on a piece of paper, fold it and put it in a box. And then in the morning, when you open your journal, you can take out one paper randomly, then read it and follow that prompt and write in your journal. For example, look at prompt number 8. Prompt number 8. So Sai Sawant, can you read this prompt number 8? Sai Sawant.
Hello, sir. Sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Self-compassion. If I were my own best friend, what
हाँ,
kind and encouraging words I offer myself today?
यस। तो आप समझ गए ना कि इस अगर आपने सुबह उठे और आप प्रॉम्प्ट और आप जर्नलिंग करने जा रहे हैं, तो आप सिंपली जो है वो एक लाइन लेकर उसके बारे में उस दिन लिख सकते हैं, 10 लाइन 20 लाइन जितना भी मन करे। और ज्यादा अच्छा हो अगर आप अपने लिए एक नियम बना लें कि आई विल राइट फॉर 10 मिनट्स और 15 मिनट्स और 20 मिनट्स, नॉट मोर देन दैट। और उस 20 मिनट में क्या लिखेंगे वो आपको इस प्रॉम्प्ट से मिल जाएगा। तो प्रॉम्प्ट का एक प्रिंट आउट लेके उसको एक एक लाइन अलग पेपर पे प्रिंट करके या फाड़ के उसको आप एक बॉक्स में डाल लें, बॉक्स अपने टेबल पे रख लें, और सुबह उठ के एक रैंडमली पेपर निकालें और उसके बारे में लिखना शुरू कर दें। ये एक तरीका हो सकता है प्रॉम्प्ट राइटिंग के बारे में। तो नाउ आई वांट टू नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव गॉट ए पेपर एंड पेन रेडी इन योर हैंड। प्लीज रेज योर डिजिटल हैंड। Okay, okay. Remaining rest of you, can you grab a paper and pen? Please grab a paper and pen. Take 2 minutes. Grab paper and pen. And now all of us will start writing for just for 5 minutes. Only to give you a little idea about how it feels. जैसे मेरे पास ये पेपर एंड पेन तैयार है तो मैं भी इसके ऊपर लिखूंगा। ठीक है, तो आप भी थोड़ा लिखो और लिख कर देखो कि लिखने से क्या होता है। कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि विचारों को सिर्फ सोचने में वो जादू नहीं है जो विचारों को पेपर पेन पे लिखने से आता है। सो राइटिंग affects our neurology, our mood, our emotions in a very special way. So just pick up paper and pen and write for 5 minutes. मैंने टाइमर लगा दिया है, मैं 5 मिनट के बाद आपको बोलूंगा रुकने के लिए। So
Sir,
does
I
everyone?
have one question. What writing, sir? Any thoughts,
हाँ,
any ideas?
all these
I have
thoughts are here.
one question. What
All the
writing
thoughts.
exactly, sir?
You can
Only
write about
thoughts.
all, you can take about any of these prompts from here. Can you see on your screen the prompts,
Yes, sir. I see
the inner
20 forms,
landscape?
sir.
So इनमें से कोई भी,
हाँ
you can take any one of these and let that be a
yes.
prompt for you. Take
हाँ,
any one
yes.
of these. For example, what are 3 things I am grateful for today?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is one important lesson I have learned recently? How has it
Yes, sir.
changed me?
Yes, sir.
What is, ठीक
Okay,
है,
sir. Thank you, sir.
take any from this and start writing. Write for 5 minutes. I will request everyone to write. Look, Dr. Amit also is writing, and I'm also trying to write as I'm talking. राहुल, आप भी लिख रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है। If somebody is driving, of course, he or she need not write. But if you are at home and if you are in a place where you can write, start writing. I want everyone to feel how writing your thoughts on a piece of paper is different than just thinking about it in your head. गजेंद्र, आप भी लिख रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good. Saurav Bagh, can you see the screen?
Sir, yes, sir. I am see the screen, but sir, now I am out of station, sir. That
अच्छा,
means sir, I am on the
okay,
road, sir, walking, sir.
okay, 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 okay.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
worry.
sir. Okay, sir.
Afterwards, when you get home, take a paper
Yes,
and
sir.
pen and write on any one of these prompts
Sure,
when
sir.
you get
Sure, sir.
home.
Obviously, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. ठीक है। Prakash G, are you writing? Prakash.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Please, very good. Just take up any of these prompts and write. Write your thoughts on a piece of paper. Rudra Pratap, are you writing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. I
Very
am
good.
writing.
Harsha, are you writing? Harsha, are you writing?
Yes, sir. It's Zasha,
Okay.
and I'm writing, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Harsha. Thank you. Okay, now we can stop writing. So can anyone tell me how these prompts helps us in journaling or in writing? Prakash. Prakash, you can see the prompts on
Sir,
the screen?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Actually, after writing, we can come to know the actual things because thinking is different and actual writing or the or notebook make more uh, visualization as per
Okay,
me.
thank you very much. You are right, Prakash. But I want to ask, but I am asking something different. I am asking,
Yes, sir.
having these prompts in front of you, these 20 prompts, and using one of these prompts, is it important for journaling? How does it help? Why should we have prompts?
Yes,
Why not simply
always.
write?
Yes, always writing for one book, there must be index like that. For everything, some initiation is important. So these all the points are very important as per me.
Yes, you are very right. I mean, in order to write, you have to have some kind of a purpose or some kind of a agenda to write about. Because sometimes
Yes, sir.
we get up in the morning and we say, okay, I must do journaling. So I open my journal and start writing. But very often we just write uh, things which we have become very used to write. So for example, I just get up and start writing what I ate yesterday, where I went yesterday, whose phone call came to me, whom did I meet. But these are very superficial things in our lives. So instead of doing that, if I simply take one of the prompts from here, like dreams and desires number 7, what do I deeply long for in my life right now? What small step can I take toward it? If I take this prompt and write about it, then my writing will have depth. And then that kind of
Yes,
writing will make me more clear about my purpose in life. Right?
yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Now I will
Yes,
invite
yes,
Dr.
sir.
Amit
Yes, sir.
Bajaj.
Thank you, sir.
Now I'll invite Dr. Amit Bajaj to tell us more about it. Because there are many other ways of writing. Because some people say, I just can't write. What to write? What is there to write about? So how can we deal with those kind of problems? Over to Dr. Amit Bajaj.
Um, uh, Thank you, Dr. Srivastava. मैं actually I wanted to explore a little bit कि आपको क्या लगता है कि सबको I just wanted to open it up to anybody here कि
Good idea. Go
journaling का
ahead.
point क्या है? What is the point of journaling? आपको क्या लगता है? What is the value in it? Can we just express that a little bit? So थोड़ा share कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में कि journaling का क्या point है? किसी भी टाइप की जर्नलिंग, चाहे चाहे प्रॉम्प्ट है चाहे नहीं है, लिखने का, एक्सप्रेसिव राइटिंग का क्या रोल है, क्या वैल्यू है? एनीबॉडी वांट्स टू weigh in on this?
Anybody, please raise your hand and start talking. Harsha, you want to talk?
Yes, sir. I talk, sir. Firstly, my name is Sai Sawan. Firstly,
Okay, go
control
on.
your thoughts and what you are going your thoughts. You're writing directly and what processing your thoughts. You are control it. Your writing process.
ओके सो एक तो बात आपने बोली प्रोसेसिंग योर थॉट्स ओके लेट्स टेक समबडी एल्स हर्षा आप बोलना चाहते हैं और सौरभ आई सी टू हैंड्स रेज्ड
Yes, sir. Sir, very good afternoon, sir. Sir, writing is very main of daily life. Actually, what happened after listening in the after wake up in the morning, we thought that what we do the next, what we do the next. If I journaling or writing in the night before sleep, that what we have to do in the next morning. So it's very easy for ourselves that actually, sir, uh, that is help to for everybody to prioritize the tasks. What tasks you have to do first, second, and third. So it is very helpful for me also, sir. I am following it, and I couldn't. Okay, sir.
तो अपने आप को क्लैरिफाई करना कि मैंने एग्जाम्पल जैसे आपने दी कि कल मैंने क्या करना है क्या मेरी प्रायोरिटीज हैं ये सब कुछ लिखना ब्रिंग्स क्लैरिटी टू द प्रोसेस जो कि अदरवाइज नहीं होती इट्स ऑल इन द हेड सो इट्स नॉट क्लियर ओके सो क्लैरिटी
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
प्रोसेसिंग
Yes, sir.
या ओके थैंक यू और कोई
Saurabh.
Sir, one thing I say, make a pre plan and post plan to writing. What to do today's and then your past you are wasting times you know that what you do go.
हम्म तो प्री एंड पोस्ट आपने बोला कि जैसे कि अभी आइडिया आया था कि कल मैंने क्या करना है इसके बारे में लिखूं मैं थोड़ा रात को ताकि मैं सुबह अपना जो दिन है इंटेंशन के साथ पर्पस के साथ शुरू कर सकूं और आपने बोला कि पोस्ट राइटिंग इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट मतलब कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ये सोचना कि मैंने किया था प्लान किया था वो किया या नहीं किया कि इतने कितनी एक्सटेंट पे किया इसमें क्या नहीं किया ओके सो प्री एंड पोस्ट इज अनदर काइंड ऑफ राइटिंग गुड गुड और कोई
सर मैं इसमें एक और चीज
I
ऐड
want to
करना
speak something.
ओके सर कंटिन्यू कंटिन्यू
नहीं क्या बोल रहे थे
Yes,
आप
okay.
ब्रदर
हाँ मैं ये कह रहा था कि इसका एक और बेनिफिट ये भी होता है कि इसे अपनी जो मेमोरी कैपेसिटी वो भी बढ़ती है कि अगर हम पहले का कुछ सोचते हैं तो अपन उसमें ज्यादा जोर देते हैं और उसके साथ साथ जो अपने थॉट की जो क्लैरिटी होती है वो भी काफी इम्प्रूव होती है
यस वेरी गुड पॉइंट ये सब कुछ जो है जो आप बता रहे हैं जो लोगों ने शेयर किया है ये रिसर्च भी यही दिखाती है कि जर्नलिंग एक उसको एविडेंस बेस्ड प्रैक्टिस बुलाते हैं कि क्योंकि काफी रिसर्च की है साइकोलॉजी में और अदर प्रोफेशंस में जिनमें ये दिखाया गया है कि डेटा यही दिखाता है कि देर इज अ लॉट ऑफ एडवांटेजेस टू राइटिंग एंड पर्टिकुलरली मैनुअल राइटिंग हाथ से लिखना टाइप करना तो हो सकता है डेफिनेटली दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर इज अ प्लेस फॉर दैट एज वेल लेकिन जो मैनुअल राइटिंग जो होती है हाथ से जो लिखना होता है इसकी एडवांटेजेस और ही हैं एक्चुअली देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ पैरेलल बिटवीन जर्नलिंग मैनुअल जर्नलिंग एंड मेडिटेशन they both have they both are similar to the extent that they are both connecting you to the present moment जब आप अपने हाथ से लिख रहे हैं तो आपको पेशेंस चाहिए क्योंकि स्लो होंगे आप जब टाइप कर रहे हैं तो शायद थोड़ा सा फास्टर होंगे तो उसमें पेशेंस डेवलप करनी होगी You have to be in the moment. You have to connect with the present moment. ये सारी जो चीज़ें हैं, qualities हैं, ये meditation में भी हैं, because it connects you to the moment. It connects you to physically how you're feeling. Let's just say आपके thoughts क्या है, reflection जो है वो common है. Meditation है या writing में, all this is a very common practice. So I just wanted to start with the idea कि यहाँ पे काफी research है जो इंडिकेट करती है, जो क्लियरली बताती है कि बहुत एडवांटेजेस हैं जर्नलिंग के. It is associated with reduction in stress, reduction in anxiety. It is associated with better processing, clarity. जो आप मेमोरी के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, जैसे कि आपने बोला कि मेमोरी भी improve होती है. There is a lot of evidence of this क्योंकि if you're making any of your thoughts permanent and portable, that is what writing does, right? It makes something that is hazy, that is unclear, that is in our heads, brings it out. It's just one more way of expressing ourselves, but expressing ourselves in a way that takes effort and that takes patience. And all of these things are quite advantageous in journaling. So there's a lot of research on that. Regarding the types of journaling, जैसे कि डॉक्टर श्रीवास्तव ने बताया था कि prompt writing, that's one kind of journaling, and that can be very helpful because, as he said, if it becomes a routine, mundane task, then you get less out of it. एक और टाइप की राइटिंग है जो फ्री फॉर्म है. I mean, you can call it anything. I call it free writing, free form writing, free associative writing, no edits, no filter, no censor, nothing at all. तो यहाँ पे एक प्रैक्टिस है जो कि पीपल टॉक अबाउट क्वाइट अ बिट, उसमें भी काफी रिसर्च है. इट्स कॉल्ड मॉर्निंग पेजेस. मतलब कि आप सुबह उठ के 10 मिनट जो है आप फ्री फॉर्म राइटिंग कीजिए. मतलब कि कोई प्रॉम्प्ट नहीं है. देयर इज नो प्रॉम्प्ट एट ऑल. इट इज कंप्लीटली, it could be nonsense that is in your head. You could be writing the same sentence over and over and over again कि मुझको नहीं आ रहा कि मैं क्या लिखूं, तो मैं यही सेंटेंस बार बार लिखूंगा. उसमें भी बहुत एडवांटेजेस हैं क्योंकि इसमें क्या होता है, इट्स कॉल्ड अ ब्रेन डंप. You're taking what is in your head and you're putting it out on a sheet of paper. Initially, you'll struggle with it because you won't know what to say and you'll feel awkward about it. There is also this default tendency जो हम में है, this is true for everybody, कि we want to write properly, we want to censor ourselves, we also want to do the editing. This is all about freeing yourself from any of that. So whether you're writing in grammatical sentences, spelling mistake, जो भी है, लिखिए लिखिए लिखिए. उससे क्या होता है कि जो लोग राइटर्स हैं who get into a writer's block, who are not able to write because they are stuck, it frees them from the writing block. So there is a lot of advantages to journaling that go beyond just processing and clarity and all that. It is also meant for creative writing to release people out of the writer's block. And this ये जो idea है कि आप free form writing कीजिए, 10 मिनट कीजिए, उससे ज़्यादा मत कीजिए. This also ties in very well जो हम टीसा में we talk about is closed-ended practice, because you're doing deliberate practice for only 10 minutes at a time. जैसे कि डॉक्टर सचिन ने हमको प्रॉम्प्ट दी और उन्हें बोला कि मैं टाइमर स्टार्ट कर रहा हूं, तो 10 मिनट जो है, कोई कुछ भी 10 मिनट के लिए या 5 मिनट के लिए जो भी आपने टाइम रखा है इस एक्सरसाइज के लिए, उसको प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. अगर प्रॉम्प्ट से आपको थोड़ा सा आसान लगता है, then use a prompt. That will also be a great value to you because then you'll be able to express something specific about something specific. But if you want to just generally just start writing, there is a place for that too. It releases a lot of things in the process. I personally know people who have done this morning pages routine for 2 months, 3 months, and been able to change a lot of things in their lives. So an example would be my wife, who has spent many years working in the corporate sector in America. When she wanted to change, when she wanted to switch her job and do something else in life, but didn't know what exactly she wanted to do, she started the practice of morning pages. So 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, जो भी limit है आपकी, free form writing. And what happens is in this free form writing, organically your thoughts will take shape. You may struggle at the beginning कि मैं क्या लिखूं आज, but if you just begin writing and the idea is कि 10 मिनट में लिखूंगा लिखूंगा लिखूंगा, it doesn't matter where it's going, but I will make this a practice. And if you do this on a daily basis, 10 मिनट जो है फोकस के साथ, अटेंशन के साथ, making it a very pleasant experience. So choose a cozy place, choose a warm drink, जो भी आपको ठीक लगता है, जो whatever puts you in a pleasant state, do it for just 10 minutes at a time and make it a practice. You'll also find that in the process of doing it on a daily basis, you develop a writing practice. तो उसकी एडवांटेज ये भी है that we develop a writing practice in the process of the journaling. So I've said a lot of things and I'll be quiet, but that was my that was basically my experience with it. So regardless of whether you're doing prompt writing or free form writing, you'll find if you make it a practice, it is generally quite helpful.
So I want to share this page from Telegram group. Can anyone read this? This is a screenshot of a book I am reading. The book is called Search Within Yourself. And so can anyone read from a study by Stephanie Spera? Read this and explain to us. Can anyone? Okay, Rahul. हाँ, Rahul, पढ़िए. Read from
Yes,
here
sir.
a study by Stephanie.
Okay, sir. A study by Stephen Sperry, Eric Bertrand, and John Baker had a group of laid-off professionals write to themselves about their feelings for 5
Okay, stop.
Sir.
Laid off का क्या मतलब है? Laid off professionals. What does it mean? Laid off professionals यानी जिनकी नौकरी
Sent
छूट
home.
गई है. हाँ, yes, sent home, जिनकी नौकरी छूट गई है. So people who were fired by the company and now they are looking for another job. So they found such people and they put them in a experiment. आगे carry on, उसके आगे पढ़िए राहुल.
Yeah, what they are feeling days for 20 minutes each day. These people found new jobs at much higher rate than the people in the non-writing control group. After 8 months, 68.4% of them found jobs versus to 27.3% from the control group. Those numbers just blow my mind.
Now look at this 68.4% and 27.3%. तो दो ग्रुप थे. एक ग्रुप में, दोनों ग्रुपों में ऐसे लोग थे जिनकी नौकरी छूटी हुई थी और जो नई नौकरी की तलाश कर रहे थे. People who had lost their last job and now they're looking for a new job in both groups. But one group was every day writing their feelings. For how long? 20 minutes each day for 5 consecutive days. यानी हफ्ते में सिर्फ 5 दिन. 5 days in a week for 20 minutes they were writing down their feelings. And this group, 68.4% were able to get a new job. But the other group which was not writing, only 27.3% people found the job. So is it a significant difference? Is it a big difference? What do you think, Rahul?
Big difference, sir.
हाँ, तो इसका मतलब कि यहाँ पे कुछ हो रहा है, यहाँ पे कुछ मामला है. तो क्या मामला है वो? ये क्यों फर्क है दोनों में?
सर एक्चुअली में जो 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 अभी अमित सर ने बताया कि जो थॉट प्रोसेस जो होता है वो स्ट्रीमलाइन हो जाता है और जो हमारा जो थॉट्स है वो एक शेप लेने लगता है कि जो हमें करना है, जो हमें.
राइट, बिल्कुल ठीक है. तो जैसे मैं इसको हिंदी में भी समझा दूं, बाकी लोगों के लिए भी, एक कुछ हमारे हिंदी भाषी लोग भी हैं हमारे बीच में। तो दो ग्रुप बनाए गए, दोनों ग्रुप में ऐसे लोग थे जो नौकरी की तलाश कर रहे थे। एक ग्रुप को बोला गया कि आप रोज जर्नलिंग करेंगे, और दूसरे ग्रुप को जर्नलिंग करने को नहीं बोला गया, तो वो ग्रुप नहीं कर रहा था। तो जो जर्नलिंग कर रहा था उस ग्रुप में 68.4% लोगों को जॉब मिल गई, और जो नहीं कर रहा था उसमें सिर्फ 27.3% लोगों को जॉब मिली। तो ये काफी बड़ा फर्क है। तो अब सवाल इस बात का ये है कि जर्नलिंग करने से ही किसी को जॉब क्यों जल्दी मिल जाती है? इसके पीछे क्या फैक्टर्स ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं? थोड़ा सोचिए अपने दिमाग से। और एनीबडी हु वांट्स टू शेयर हिज थॉट्स की व्हाई दिस डिफरेंस, हाउ डज जर्नलिंग हेल्प समवन फाइंड ए जॉब? एनीबडी कैन कंट्रीब्यूट। यस, गजेंद्र बताइए।
या सर, इसमें मेन ये है, हम जब किसी भी चीज के बारे में लिखते हैं, सो इट विल हेल्प अस टू टेक आउट ऑल आवर स्ट्रेस एंड एंजाइटी। ऑन द अदर हैंड, पीपल हु डोंट राइट, they keep all their anxiety and stress within them. So that is the difference.
Yes, yes, that's a very valid difference. Anything else? Anybody else want to contribute? Vidya, do you have any opinion on this?
हेलो सर।
हाँ बोलिए हर्षा, हाँ बोलिए बोलिए।
हाँ सर, हम जो कुछ लिखते हैं तो उसी के
हम्म।
बारे में सोचते हो, और हम तो तुरंत एक्शन लेते, मुझे यह करना
Yes.
है। इट
हाँ
इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्शंस।
हाँ, yes, you are right. Maybe the first group was every morning was writing that I've got to get this job, and therefore I will study for next 1 hour. I will not watch social media. And so because they were writing these kind of things early in the morning, their mind was more programmed, more focused to study and crack the interview. हो सकता है, ये possible है ना? ठीक, anybody else? Harsha, do you want to contribute something?
Yes, sir. This is Harsha. So, what I feel is like journaling helps us in maintaining the positive mindset in every morning, and we can plan our entire day. If you wrote like um, what we want in the early morning itself.
Yes, yes, yes. Very right. So
Uh,
all the so
we
so there
can
are many.
we can
Yes.
plan it.
Hmm.
We can plan it, and the other thing is like it helps us to stay positive. Yes, sir.
Yes. And
Thank you.
focused. Yes, very correct. Anybody else want to make a guess? How does journaling help someone get a job?
Can I speak, sir?
Should I say anything, sir?
Yes, Akash. Let me invite Akash. Akash wanted to speak for quite some time. Over to Akash. बोलिए Akash.
सर मुझे लगता है कि जब हम लोग जर्नलिंग करते हैं तो हमारे माइंड में किसी भी चीज को लेकर जो भी ब्लॉकेज वगैरह होता है तो वो क्लियर हो जाता है। तो फिर हम लोग ऐसे मतलब उस चीज पे काफी काफी अच्छे से हम लोग काम को कर पाते हैं। फिर हम लोग तो जर्नलिंग उसके मतलब मतलब ये भी एक ऐसा मतलब पॉसिबल रीजन हो सकता है।
हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं। यस, ये भी एक पॉसिबल रीजन हो सकता है। एनीबडी एल्स वांट टू शेयर?
Sir, should I say something? Anything?
हाँ बोलिए सौरभ।
सर एक्चुअली हम लोग जब लिखते हैं ना, लिखने के टाइम क्या होता है हमारा ब्रेन में एक समझ जाता है, तो ब्रेन उसी के बारे में बार बार सोचते रहते हैं। एंड न्यूरॉन्स का भी कुछ कनेक्टिविटी होता है, हार्मोन्स का भी कुछ रिलीज होता है, तो हमारा ब्रेन उसी जो एरिया में हम लिखते हैं उसी एरिया में सोचते हैं। सो वी आर मोर डेडिकेटिव एंड मोर फोकस ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया। दैट्स व्हाई द मेजर डिफरेंस हैज टू बिकम 68.4 and 27.3%.
Yeah. Very correct, very correct. So, Dr. Amit, do you want to contribute something to this discussion? How does it help?
No, I think the point everybody is making is sort of very similar, that there is a connection between, you know, doing journaling as a practice and practicing new behaviors, the behavior change. That's what we are talking about, right? Ki clarity say, processing say, the path towards new behavior, the direction towards new behavior, whether that new behavior is about getting a new job or changing your stammering experience
Yes.
or working on different aspects of communication or some personal problem that you're struggling with. One of the things that has been noticed about journaling, and this मैंने वर्कशॉप में एक्चुअली जर्नलिंग वर्कशॉप में ट्राई किया था, काफी साल हो गए मुझको, वो रेकमेंड करते थे कि जब आप कोई बिग डिसीजन लेने जा रहे हैं उस टाइम के ऊपर जर्नलिंग सबसे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण रहती है, इंपॉर्टेंट रहती है, वैल्यूबल रहती है। और जैसे कि आपको दो जॉब्स हैं, अगर आपको दो, if you're lucky to have two offers of a job, or then you're trying to sort of make up a mind
Yes.
about ये
Yes.
लेना है या वो लेना है,
Right.
or some major decision you have to take in your life, like whether you want to have a child or not, or whether you want to get married or not, जो भी है आपको, big decision in life. So think about a decision where there is a pro and a con. These are the sides that this is what's leaning you towards making the decision. This is why you should not make the decision, a pro and a con. तो व्हाट इज रिकमेंडेड इज कि अगर आप इस टाइप का डिसीजन लेने जा रहे हैं एंड यू गोइंग टू जर्नल अबाउट इट, जर्नल इन टू डिफरेंट इंक्स। एक प्रोज जो है आप एक इंक में लिखिए, हर इंक में लिखिए या लाल इंक में लिखिए या ब्लू इंक में लिखिए, और जो कौन है, जो दूसरी साइड है उस इक्वेशन की, आप दूसरी साइड के ऊपर लिखिए। इट्स लाइक टू साइड्स ऑफ द लेजर। एक साइड यू राइट इन वन इंक, एक साइड यू राइट इन द अदर इंक। उसमें क्या होगा कि ओवर टाइम यू विल सी दैट वन ऑफ द इंक्स डोमिनेट्स। इसका मतलब यह है कि अगर आप ब्लू इंक ज्यादा लिख रहे हैं तो मतलब कि आपकी लीनिंग उस जगह जा रही है। You're writing more about the con, let's say, or you're writing more about the pro. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि आप अपने आप को राइटिंग प्रोसेस से डेटा दे रहे हैं कि मेरा जो डिसीजन है इस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, और इस डायरेक्शन में जानता हूं मैं जा रहा है क्योंकि मैं उसके बारे में ज्यादा लिख रहा हूं। मैं जानता हूं कि उसके बारे में ज्यादा लिख रहा हूं कि मैं ब्लू इंक में लिख रहा हूं, और मैं ज्यादातर मैं ब्लू इंक में ही लिख रहा हूं। So that is the other way in which journaling is used. Just wanted to kind of add that as an example.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a very good idea. I mean, having this credit and debit kind of system, pros and cons, and comparing them. I think this is a very important idea, especially when we are stuck with questions like, should I join this job or not? Should I marry this woman or not? Important questions regarding life should always be addressed like this. So basically, I just want to summarize the benefits of journaling, which I've come across. Number one is tracking growth. When you are journaling regularly, then you can track your own growth, because sometimes we do not know, am I changing? Am I making any progress or not? And that not knowing generates a frustration. You think that I have been attending SHG meetings and there's no change in me, and so therefore you give up attending SHG meeting. But if you were journaling regularly, you will know that you are changing from within, that you are making progress, that life is changing for you. And then it would generate more motivation to keep on attending SHGs. So if you really want to change your life, if you want to achieve some difficult target, then daily journaling will give you that important data that yes, things are changing for you. You are changing, your thoughts are changing. When you would look back in your journal entries, and when you run through what you were writing 6 months ago, you'll immediately notice that 6 months ago, I was obsessed by these negative thoughts. But today I'm talking about something more positive, more open. So tracking your growth is one of the benefits of journaling. Another one is self-reflection and clarity. We derive a lot of clarity and self-reflection if you are in the habit of doing journaling. because as Dr. Amit said, when you write down, you are dealing with your cognition and with your feelings in a very different way, in a very manual way, and in a very disciplined way. And so therefore it brings a sense of clarity, sense of control. A third is emotional healing. We all know that if we can write about our painful memories of childhood, we get healed. Normally what happens that we simply brush under the carpet these painful memories. And so therefore they are always alive. They are always hurting us. But if you can put it down on piece of paper, then you gradually become free of them. Emotional healing. And then the last thing on my list is problem solving skills. People believe, psychologists believe, that journaling helps our problem solving skills. We become more efficient at problem solving. Because when you are writing, you are doing a kind of problem solving. You are writing down the problems, and you also are thinking, okay, if this happens again in future to me, maybe I should respond in this other fashion, in this manner, not in the old manner. So that is how you develop better approaches to deal with your problems, because you're writing about it. So now I just want to know from everyone, if you have done any journal entry in last 7 days, please raise your digital hand. I want to know how many of us are actually doing it. That is a tough question, an important question. Yes, so 2 hands have gone up. Congratulations. I was expecting not a single hand, but there are 3 hands now. Abhishek, Vidya, and Saurav. Anybody else who has done a entry in last 7 days in their journal? Okay, now I'll broaden my question. Has anyone done a journal entry in last 1 month? Please raise your digital hand. Last 1 month. Let me say now last 1 year. Has anyone done a journal entry in last 1 year? Please raise your hands. Okay, so now this is the challenge. We all understand the benefits of journaling. 6 people have raised hand. So it means that that many of us are not very regular. We may have done 1 entry 6 months ago and then we stopped doing it. So anyway, so now the question is, how can we be more regular? And if we have never started journaling, how can we start it? So I'm going to divide everyone in 2 groups. In 2 groups, do a very open brainstorming. Whatever ideas come to you, talk about it. And then one person will share those ideas back into the main group. So I'm going to put everyone in two breakout room, and you have to brainstorm, come up with all possible ideas, how to promote journaling, how to be more regular. So think of these things which can help you to journal regularly. If you have not started, you can start it. So think of all these ideas and then share those ideas here in the plenary group. So let me put you in 2 groups. And in each one of the groups, one of us will be there, myself or Amit. So I have opened the rooms. Please join the room. And time is only 5 minutes, because we need some time for the open discussion at the end. So in 5 minutes, you have to think and think and think and brainstorm. So Amit,
What
can you
group are you
join?
joining, Sachin?
Can you join room
क्या
number
बोल रहे थे
1?
आप?
Amit, can you join room number 1?
Sure.
I will join room number 2.
Yeah, I'll do that. Can you turn
And time is fine.
Can you pause the recording?
Yes.
हाँ, recording को
Okay, so now we will summarize what we have learned, how we can take up journaling in a very solid and regular way. So who wants to summarize findings of their group? May I request Prakash from my group to share? the discussion point wise, very briefly. Prakash, you want?
First one is yes. First one is take small steps, not in a longer time.
Yes.
Second one is practice it inconsistently, but I forgot. Some others can take up.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Yeah. Anything else, Prakash? Did you notice in our group somebody said do it in the morning, because in the morning you are fresh and you have not been, your attention has not been hijacked by social media.
Yes, sir.
So early in the morning, if you just take 2 minutes, and somebody said baby steps, meaning not even 20 minutes, just 2 minutes, just 3 minutes. Begin with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then gradually build up a good practice. And then maybe after 6 months, you will be naturally writing for 20 minutes. So baby
Yes,
steps in the morning. And as another point in our group was that have the system very accessible to you. So in the morning, if you want to write and you can't find your diary and your pen, if you've got some online app, then you can start journaling on the online app because it is so accessible to you. So in other words, writing on page and pen, paper and pen would have been better, but something is better than nothing. So even if you can do it on a online app, even that is something worthy, something useful. So make it very accessible to you. I mean, even if you're going to write in a traditional diary and pen, then keep your diary and pen next to your bed so that as soon as you get up in the morning, you can grab your diary and start writing. If that is not possible, have it as a use as some online app, online thing.
I just wanted to add one quick thing into the mix about the what modality that we're using. One is the app, one is the manual writing, one is any kind of writing in any kind of surface. That is one way to do it. The other way to do it is voice journaling.
Voice.
So if you're not a big writer, yeah, if you're not a big writer or if you are resistant to any kind of writing at the beginning at least, but if you want to do the journal, record yourself, basically do a voice message to yourself, and that will get you going as well. Basically, the modality is important, but what is more important is that you get into some kind of practice that makes it likely that you're going to practice in a more consistent kind of a way. So even if it is voice journaling or video journaling, all of those things will have advantages because obviously if you're recording yourself on video or your voice, you can hear yourself, you can hear your communication, you can work on your communication. All those things also can be folded into the practice. So I would say let's not limit ourselves at the beginning to just manual writing or any kind of writing. Whatever gets it going, whatever moves the needle is going to be important.
Right. Rudra Pratap, do you want to share a discussion from your group? Salient points, if they have not already been covered. इसके अलावा भी कुछ पॉइंट्स अगर हैं रुद्र प्रताप आपके ग्रुप से तो आप शेयर करिए.
हेलो सर जी. सर ये जो वैसे जो मेन पॉइंट थे वो तो हो चुके हैं, पर मैं एक पॉइंट में ऐड करना चाहूँगा कि आप किसी के साथ पार्टनर करके आप जर्नलिंग के बारे में जो आपने लिखा है उसके बारे में अगर आप डिस्कस करेंगे तो आप क्या कहते हैं उस पर आप ज़्यादा ब्रेनस्टॉर्म कर पाएंगे, तो उससे जो आपके जो थॉट्स की जो क्लैरिटी होगी वो भी काफ़ी इम्प्रूव होगी. तो ये एक और पॉइंट मैं शेयर करना चाहता था.
ऐसा किसी ने किया है आपकी जानकारी में रुद्र? आप किसी को जानते हैं जिसने ऐसे पार्टनर में जर्नलिंग किया हो, डिस्कस किया हो एंट्रीज को?
नहीं, ये पॉइंट मेरे को भी आज पता पड़ा. ये विद्या मैम ने बताया था, तो
अच्छा,
उनके द्वारा ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई।
ठीक है, नहीं बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छी बात है ये। बस मैं एक बात सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि कई बार लोगों को लगता है कि जर्नल में मैं अपनी प्राइवेट बातें शेयर कर रहा हूँ, तो ये बहुत ही प्राइवेट होना चाहिए। कई बार लोग इसी वजह से अपने जर्नल को पासवर्ड प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं। तो वो देखना पड़ेगा कि किसमें ज़्यादा फायदा हो रहा है। किसी को अगर फायदा हो रहा है शेयर करने में भी तो ज़रूर कर सकता है। बहुत से लोगों को अगर ये हो जाए कि मुझे कभी शेयर करना पड़ सकता है, तो शायद वो दिल खुल के दिल की बातें लिखेंगे नहीं जर्नल में। So maybe we can invite Vidya to explain this idea further. Vidya, can you explain this idea further?
No, hello, Dr. Sachin. I mean, I was talking about the couples journaling, where we, you know, take another person and collaborate and write a journal. That one was what I was talking.
Okay, I understood now. I understand. Husband wife journaling
Yeah.
together. That's a totally doable idea, and sometimes it's a very desirable idea also. I totally understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to provide a little bit of a context to this because I was in the breakout room where this was shared. So I think Rahul had pointed out the idea that this is an accountability practice. So you're not necessarily sharing what you're writing with each other if you have a writing partner or you're collaborating with somebody, but you're basically holding each other accountable for the writing itself. It's kind of like having an accountability partner for going for a walk or going for a run or going to the gym or any of those kinds of things. The more accountable you make it with somebody else, the more fun, the more engaging it gets. Second point is to Vidya's point about the couples journaling. It's actually a very useful practice in couples therapy that is often seen, right? So if I'm struggling with something, a point of view or a perspective which I don't share with my wife, or my wife is like has a certain point of view which she doesn't share with me, then one of the things that is recommended is that you write like the other person. Like, write, take the perspective of the other person in this particular situation. So, whatever the source of conflict it is, whatever is the point of conflict that you're working towards, take the other person's point of view and write in their voice if you can, or certainly the points that they would make. That way, also, you build some empathy for the other person's point of view. You open up to the other person's point of view a little bit, or you know why you don't like the other person's point of view. Either way, it brings clarity. Little bit of a risky situation, but if the couple dynamics can handle it, it's probably something worth trying. Yeah.
It could be almost like if you're in America, so you can be you can take up the point of view of a Democrat instead of Republican, and the wife takes over the role of a Republican, and now they are trying to understand each other's point of view, unless they don't come to blows.
Yeah,
Good.
it is in sharing each other's point of view that you don't come to blows, actually. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So okay. So now we have understood that journaling, first and foremost, it's a private affair, but you can always have a accountability partner who reminds you that did you do your journaling today or not, and then the other person can also remind that this first person that have you done it or not. I mean, we can even have some kind of calendar where we just put a tick mark, because after some time it may not be possible to do it every day. You can do it three times a week. So somebody should be there to remind you that you are supposed to make entry at least thrice a week. And especially if it is two partners, two very close friends who want to understand each other, they can surely share each other's journal and try to understand each other's point of view. So that is totally possible. And so good. So anything else? Anybody wants to come up with anything last minute thought? How can we make journaling uh, more regular, more consistent, more interesting, more fun? Abhishek has raised his hand. Abhishek, go on.
Hello, sir.
Sir, when we have 3 points also in our group, like rewarding ourselves 5 days. Like sir has one of member has said reward of like you have done 5 days anything, you will reward yourself. Or indoor outdoor just like environment है, कोई peaceful जगह ऐसे अच्छा भी लगे. और like सबसे important है कि same time पे कर रहे हो. और तीसरी चीज है कि जैसे आपने आ, कल जर्नलिंग करी रात में, सुबह 8 बजे को ये गलती नहीं करनी है, कल मैंने ये गलती से रीडिंग व्हाट यू रोट वाला जो मिस सर ने बताया था. ये 3 पॉइंट रह गया था जो हम लोग ग्रुप का था.
हाँ नहीं, बहुत अच्छा बताया आपने, बिल्कुल ठीक है. ऑल आर वेरी वैलिड पॉइंट्स एंड रिवॉर्डिंग वन सेल्फ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इनिशियली खास तौर पे जब हम कोई नया काम शुरू करते हैं, नई हैबिट शुरू करते हैं, तो इट्स जरूरी कि हम अपने आप को रिवॉर्ड करें. कोई भी काम जो इमोशनली चैलेंजिंग है, जैसे सुबह उठना या सुबह उठ के जिम जाना या सुबह उठ के जर्नलिंग करना, तो ऐसा काम जो हमें मुश्किल लगता है वो करने के बाद हमें ज़रूर अपने आप को छोटा मोटा कोई ना कोई रिवॉर्ड ज़रूर देना चाहिए. इट कैन इवन बी ए कप ऑफ कॉफ़ी. आई मीन फॉर मी ए कप ऑफ कॉफ़ी इज़ वेरी रिवॉर्डिंग. So I will, if I am doing some writing in the morning, I try to end it with a cup of coffee. तो ये बहुत ही ज़रूरी है कि हम अपने आप को रिवॉर्ड करें. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to contribute something?
Sir, one more thing I have to add that rewarding is a very good point, but sometimes we know that fear, if there is a fear point is there, sir, walking and doing gym is very good for our health. And also we know that if we every day eat very junk food, then it is very unhealthy for our health. So if we know the fear point of that, so that can actually move forwards the journaling or doing some step about that.
So regarding
So
journaling,
my point is the fear point of the outside.
हाँ, तो fear point क्या हो सकता है journaling के लिए?
नहीं सर, मैं ये बात बोलना चाह रहा हूँ. जर्नलिंग मीन्स अ डेली हैबिट. सो इफ वी do not writing, so my mind was confused that what should I do for whole day. So by searching about that, it requires so many times. So the I will the uh, back from the क्या बोलते हैं सर, मैंने ठीक वर्ड से समझा नहीं पा रहा हूँ सर. एक्चुअली
ट्राई करो, आपने समझा
मुझे
रहे हो,
ये
अच्छा
होना
समझा.
चाहिए सर, क्योंकि
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
सर एक्चुअली क्या है ना, हम जर्नलिंग नहीं करेंगे, हम डेली नहीं लिखेंगे, तो हमको ये लगेगा कि हम उनके तरह नहीं बन पाएंगे. क्या एक्चुअली वी आर नॉट द बेटर फ्रॉम आवर टुडे,
Yes.
from that day
Yes.
and from next day. So we have to see that
हाँ,
if
हम
we know
इम्प्रूव नहीं करेंगे,
not the
बिल्कुल ठीक.
practicing that one.
बिल्कुल
Yes, yes,
ठीक
sir,
है.
that is my point,
ठीक
sir.
है. हाँ, हम अपने आप को इम्प्रूव नहीं कर पाएंगे. लेकिन आमतौर पर लोग ये कहते हैं कि फॉर डूइंग एनीथिंग न्यू और चैलेंजिंग वी शुड बी ड्रिवन बाय पॉजिटिव इमोशंस. अगर हम अगर हम ऐसे कहें कि आई एम गोइंग टू राइट जर्नलिंग, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू डू जर्नलिंग एवरी डे, इट मेक्स मी ए वेरी गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग, ऐसा कोई पॉजिटिव इमोशन लेके हम चलें, तो लोग कहते हैं कि ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है वो, इंस्टेड ऑफ बीइंग ड्रिवन बाय फियर्स. क्योंकि फियर हमारी जिंदगी में
No,
बहुत.
sir, my point is not like that, sir. So fear is no, no, sir. Actually, I am not really understandable this one. Fear point is just that if we do not do that one, that will
हाँ
be the worst case.
हाँ
So we
बिल्कुल.
have to follow that one.
Yes, yes, I
Right.
totally agree. I agree with that. I will invite Dr. Amit for his comments to wind up the whole.
I think I want to make two comments here. एक तो जो भी a lot of these things that we are talking about in journaling, which is a new habit, apply to the stammering experience very, very well. And this has been written about, has been spoken about by Dr. Shivastav in a couple of videos that he has made. For example, the video that is on YouTube on 7 steps to changing the stammering mindset. He talks about record and review. What is that? You map it into the journaling experience. We're talking about it कि हम लिख रहे हैं, फिर अगले दिन read कर रहे हैं कि हमने क्या लिखा. That's a form of record and review. So that applies over there. Small steps in a long journey. That also applies over here. That you make little steps And then over time, incrementally, they add up to something much bigger. That applies over here. Rewarding yourself, if you're going to the mall and doing some voluntary stammering practice or some sort of disclosure, एक अपने को एक नई courageous चीज की है, तो have a samosa, have a cold drink, have enjoy yourself and reward yourself. So that's one point I wanted to make, that what we're talking about journaling is not that different than some of the other things that I talked about in the TISA curriculum anyway. The other thing is I wanted to throw in into chat several prompts that we can write about specifically about our stammering experience. इसमें भी जैसे कि डॉक्टर श्रीवास्तव ने शेयर किया था, that Google Doc, which has all these different prompts that are not related to stammering per se. These are very specific. So I'll share this with you in chat. Go over this with you. What thoughts about my speech do I want to challenge or change? Right? A very generic prompt. If I didn't let the fear of stammering hold me back, then what would I do differently in my everyday life? This is a third prompt, which is a very regular prompt, which I've used over the years with the people I work with. It's like, what are some memorable moments with my speech today? You can also change it to what were my memorable moments about my communication today. Maybe I had a lot of avoidance behavior. Maybe I had no avoidance behavior. Maybe I had more control over my speech. Maybe I had no control over speech. Anything in between. Maybe I avoided somebody that I didn't want to avoid. So maybe next time I will do it differently. So whatever the memorable moments were. If I didn't stammer, what I do differently in my everyday life? Now remember, this is different from if I didn't let the fear of stammering hold me back. एक तो है कि मैं नहीं हकलाता. What are some things I can do with my life? एक है कि I don't fear my stammer. So what would I do differently in my life? A completely different prompt. What three personal strengths unrelated to my speech that I'm proud of, right? Nothing related to speech, but maybe there's something, maybe I have assets which I can bring into my communication experience. Now, if I don't know what they are, I wouldn't be able to take the next step. So I would know where they are because I've journaled them. What are my biggest fears related to stammering? What previous experiences and assumptions underlie these fears? So we can take, any of us can take either the topics that were introduced at the beginning in the Google Drive, in the Google Doc, or we can take any of these things, or we can do free form. The important thing is just get going. Because if you get going, then the next step becomes easier.
If you copy paste me these prompts, I will put it in the same document, these prompts also. And then
It's right there in chat.
And then this document will be available to anybody with the link so that they can use it.
Yeah, great. Great. So you can just, do you want to just copy paste from the chat?
I can do it from here. Yes, you have already sent it here. ठीक है. From here, I'll copy paste into the same Google Doc so that everything is available at one spot. Right. I'll do this. Good. So does anyone
all
want to
these
share?
prompts that are there in some, yeah, I was just going to add one little note here, that all these
please.
prompts which are there in the chat here, which are about journaling, about the stammering experience, about communication experience, are very routinely used in a lot of programs in speech therapy. One of the things that we try to do in speech therapy when you work with anybody is to get into a journaling practice. Because the journaling practice can be very, very helpful. So, a lot of these are tried and true prompts. Yeah.
Right. So I put these prompts also in the same document. So everybody has got the link to this Google document. In the same document, I have posted these stammering prompts also. And as I suggested, you can print each prompt on a piece of paper and then put it in a box and randomly take one out if you want to make it a kind of a random game. Otherwise, you can just retake any prompt and start writing about it. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 minutes. Good. So I think we are all good. And unless somebody has got a question, we can start winding up now. It's almost like 9:18. Does anyone have any question or any feedback or does anyone want to say thank you?
सर मैं आई सर।
हाँ
हाँ राहुल।
हाँ हाँ, बोलिए बोलिए।
तो
हाँ
सर मैं एक्चुअली मैं आप लोग क्या सर। सर मैं आपका और अमित सर का बहुत बहुत थैंक यू कहना चाहूंगा कि मतलब जो है हम सिर्फ स्टैमरिंग पर भी ही नहीं काम कर रहे हैं, जो रोजमर्रा के जो अहम हिस्से हैं उस पर भी आप लोग इतना इतना जो है हेल्प उसमें करते हैं सर। तो स्टार्टिंग में मुझे लगा कि जर्नलिंग सिर्फ स्पीच को लेकर करके है, पर ये सिर्फ स्पीच पर नहीं है, बाकी लाइफ के इम्पोर्टेंट जो जो एस्पेक्ट है उस पर भी ये काम करता है सर। थैंक यू सो सो मच सर।
यू आर वेलकम राहुल, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपका धन्यवाद पाके। और सो वी कैन वाइंड अप अनलेस समबडी एल्स हैज गॉट समथिंग टू से। मैं बस आखिरी बात ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो जर्नलिंग शुरू करने वाले, जो कल सुबह जर्नलिंग करेंगे? मैं थोड़ा बेशर्म होके जरा पीछे पड़ना मांगता हूँ आप लोग के। मैं जानना मांगता हूँ कि कौन एक्चुअली करने जा रहा है कल, क्योंकि बातें तो हम बहुत करते हैं। हकलाने वाले जो है बातें करने में बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, बातें तो इतनी अच्छी अच्छी करते हैं पूछो मत। बट बट व्हेन द टाइम फॉर एक्शन कम्स, दे स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस प्रो कॉन्स एनालिसिस। प्रोज एंड कॉन्स। सुबह उठने के प्रोस क्या है, कॉन्स क्या है। Okay, very good. So many people are going to do journaling tomorrow. That's very good, very encouraging. So please give it a try. Don't do too much, just 5 minutes. Write down your heartfelt feelings, thoughts, anything. कुछ भी समझ में ना आए तो just write down 3 gratitudes कि किस बात के लिए आप आभारी हैं. And that will really give you a very good start to your day. Okay, guys, thank you. Dr. Amit, do you want to say something? You want to?
I just wanted to say it's been a pleasure as always interacting with everybody here. I wanted to also say कि अगर आपने ये थ्रेड स्टार्ट किया है कि हम 6 लोगों ने हाथ उठाया कि हम लिखेंगे, तो मे बी अगले हफ्ते सैटरडे को जो TOPG होगा वहां पे हम लोगों से पूछ सकते हैं कि कैसा लिखा, क्या लगा, what the experience was. That will also be a follow up to what you just asked. That's all.
So, guys, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Amit. Thank you, all of you. Let me wind up.